on AI and machine learning for the food industry. So I wanted to start with a short story. I used to work on satellite manufacturing, and over there, when there were quality issues, we had to go over several steps to go through. But one of them that I was always working on, and a lot of people were involved, was in root cause analysis. It always implied a lot of data mining, looking for signals that were relevant for the problem. And we had to go over hours because, we had, well, I guess, millions of data points that could be relevant for the problems. And we had to be looking for what could be important for the issue and then go through the root cause analysis. And I guess what I want to transmit is that all of that was a lot of work for few people, right? Well, few people in total versus the total amount of data that was available. In that case, when you're doing this kind of analysis and you're looking for reasons for problems and information, if you have a new team member, that will be AI algorithms that could be like your new team member for the factory. It will be essentially helping finding this in probably less than 30 minutes, going through millions of data points and finding what could be important for the root cause. And then the engineers can focus on other things like understanding what happened, etc. But just wanted to explain that this is something that AI is very good at. So then the main thing is that AI and machine learning are really transforming our industries, just in general, food industry as well, but in general, it is as important as it was the internet in the digital revolution at the end of the 20th century. There are many things that is good at, but for example, enabling data-driven decision-making, just because now we can look at the data more thoroughly using these tools. Then this implies that it can improve efficiency in factories, because now you have all of these tools available to make good decisions and to improve things that could be failing and affecting your production. In the end, this also drives cost savings, even if it could imply some initial investment, but it's essentially a new tool that will help all of that. And it will not replace humans, so I see it as a new team member, and it will empower humans to do more. So essentially, we can use our skills better, and we can leave the computers to do what they do best, which is going through millions of data points and analyzing them and giving us insights. So I wanted to share just some basic definitions on AI. My favorite is this one about simulation of human intelligence processes. AI is not yet really like what we see in the movies, the general AI that really simulates what we can do. It really focuses on specific things, like, for example, learning something, but you have to actually help the AI to learn that specific process. Or if it's about making decisions, it will not be about making any kind of decision, but you will have to also train the AI to make decisions in a specific topic. So it's really a simulation of human intelligence, but it's always very compartmentalized. Sorry. And as well, of course, it helps to solve problems. And then machine learning, which is also mentioned a lot, is really a subset of AI that uses big data to learn and to improve. It's also used for pattern recognition or automating tasks. So it's just a subset of AI field. And then a few examples of applications that I could think of that are relevant for the food industry as well. For example, for quality control and finding issues on the production. If there are essentially data that could be relevant for this, I don't know, measurements, images, videos, etc., then you could train AI or machine learning to help you with these processes. And essentially will be probably more accurate than a human once you've had it installed and trained properly, because then it's more predictable in that sense, the results that you can get, right? The AI doesn't get tired or have personal issues. So it's just a machine that does what you want. Then the other one that I think is a very interesting field is predictive maintenance for factory equipment. A lot of the equipment already have sensors. This is the Internet of Things or IoT field, but essentially it's all of this data that already exists. And then again, it's really hard to imagine that you will have a lot of humans looking at this data in real time, right? And it's millions of data points that exist. But if you have a computing system that uses AI or machine learning, you can actually extract info from it. And you don't need to have, I don't know, thousands of people looking at this in real time. And another one that I think could also be quite interesting is the supply chain optimization. There is a lot of field on AI related to demand forecasting, planning. So you could use this if you have data recorded about this topic that then could help you on your supply chain optimization. So those are some of the fields that I think could be quite interesting for the food industry. So to conclude, I just wanted to transmit to you that I think AI and machine learning are new team members that could be part of your future day-to-day job, and it will help improve factories and systems in the food industry. So thank you for your time.